Acknowledge me.
How's it going, wrestling lovers? This is the Aaron Loves Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Love himself, also known as the American Cowboy, Aaron, and I am here to talk about AEW All in Texas. That's right, I'm here to talk about my time in Texas for AEW All In. It was fantastic. I had fun. I went, as you can see here, I got my poster here. A good friend won for me. Got the AEW Championship, Cowboy, Indiana Page, bandana here. I got the picture with him. And then, as you can see, my AEW banner here from my good friend Monica likes AEW. Follow her on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, all that. She takes great pictures of the wrestlers and all their when they enter the ring, inside the ring, all that. Great content. Handed out these banners there at the show, and I got one myself. Had to get one, and thank you for that. Monica likes AEW, and Instagram's my AEW photos, so go give her a follow. Also got to meet up with good friend Dante on there. He was a great guy, great to meet. I really enjoyed meeting Dante Toro out there at AEW all in Texas. Got to get a picture with him. Much appreciated for him to give me a picture. Get a picture with me. I even got a picture with Powerhouse Hobbs, Doppelganger Sting. I got Speedball Matt Bailey. Got a picture with my favorite TNA legend, James Storm. Got a picture with many other great wrestlers there. Many of them that were walking around the hotel lobby. So it was a great experience. I am glad that I got to go and enjoy it. It was really fun. I had a great time. Friday night, I attended GCW, Game Changer Wrestling. That was amazing and adrenaline rushing, and I just had a great time. You go look at my posts on TikTok and even Instagram and X, and I shared a lot from what I had there. Got some videos, got some pictures. Very, very fun night. So shout out to Game Changer Wrestling. Thank you for the great time. Plan on watching more of your shows here in the future. So now let's get into AEW All In. So we had the little pre-show. We had the 0 hour, and I had the Sons of Texas and Von Erichs defeat Shane Taylor promotion. That was a fun match, especially at the end with the Von Erichs and with the Von Erichs doing the Iron Claw out there to end the match. You know, that was really cool to see. I enjoyed that. That was a really good, fun to see Dustin Rhodes in there and to see him out there with the Von Erichs and the Rhodes sons, the Rhodes brothers. It was nice to see him out there with that. And the AEW, the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, Sons of Texas and Dustin Rhodes. He had Kevin Von Erich out there, and he did his thing in the ring with the Iron Claw with them all. And that was awesome to see. I really enjoyed that. Then you had FTR versus the Outrunners, which was a great tag team match. They were great in the ring. FTR and Outrunners have great chemistry together. Outrunners, future AEW World Tag Team Champions. I hope they put the tag team belts on them one day. FTR and Outrunners had a great AEW Collision match. and then now they had a great AEW All In match, even though it was 0 hours. All right, and I just want to make one thing clear. I've seen a lot of people say that the show was too long, that the show was long, and didn't need to be 7 hours. There's some meaningless matches, blah blah blah. If you know it's AEW, okay? They put on this long pay-per-view, and back in the day, WWE, they used to have on pay-per-views as well with WrestleMania. This was All In. They said that WrestleMania. I was there, and the whole 7 hours, I honestly didn't even recognize what time it was until I looked at the clock, and I'm like, man, we're already like 4.5 hours into this thing. We still got like 4 matches left, and I was still down for right because we still had Kenny Omega and Okada, Tony Storm, and Mercedes Moné, and then we had also the main event. So we had so many, 7 hours, 7 hours. Now I get it, maybe watching at home and maybe a drug out. But when you're there live and you pay for those tickets, that is where you get your money's worth, because you spent, me personally, I only spent roughly over $100 for a ticket, went there and had this great experience. You got a picture with Hangman Adam Page. You got experience with all the other wrestlers. I walked around the lobby and got pictures. You got go to StarCast, get some pictures there. And I even met other content creators and podcasts. Shout out to Dynamite Download. Shout out to Speed, Mind Runner. Shout out to Took and Turnbuckle from the Elite Mob Podcast. I got to hook up with them, meet them. It was such a great experience to go out there, to not only get to be there around all the other wrestlers and talk to some of them, but also get this 7-hour wrestling show for roughly over $100. So I had a really great time for my budget, and I hope All In comes back in the States, hopefully Texas again, and we get to have another experience like that, because I would totally buy a ticket. I'll totally go, and this time I would do so much things better than I would this time, because I think I could get a lot more, especially save and budget better. I could probably get a lot more out of it. I'm going to try to go to at least a Dynamite or Collision that might be near me here in the future. So I enjoyed AEW All in Texas. I enjoyed every second of it, and I could have went another hour. So I am glad that I got to go and enjoy 7 hours of professional wrestling for roughly over $100. And my seats weren't that bad. My seats were good, and I loved my time there, my experience, everything that I got to do there. So especially getting a picture with Hangman, that was an awesome moment right there for me. And shout out to everybody at AEW for putting this show together at All in Texas. Shout out to everyone who gave their time and effort to put on a great wrestling show for us fans. So I really greatly appreciate it. As you can hear, my voice ain't all there. I was screaming, I was shouting, I was having a great time. So as you can see, I'm still trying to recover from that, but had to get this review in because got to talk about All in Texas, because it was such a great moment. You want to see all the videos and pictures, go on the socials, they're on there, and you can see the great time that I had. I had such a great time. So getting into AEW All In. We first had the World Trios match with Death Riders and the Ops. And this was a great Trios match. I enjoyed it. It was a great match to watch. And it was great to see Gabe Kidd live. Great to see Gabe Kidd live and see him wrestle. He mainly wrestles in New Japan, so it was great that he got to come here and got to see him wrestle at All in Texas. And this was such a great match. But towards the end, I picked Death Riders to win this match, but in the end, the Ops win. The Ops won the match. They retained the Trios titles. Now, the Trios division, is growing. Okay, so you got the Ops. You got Death Riders now with Kidd. If he stays, I don't know. They got the G1 tournament coming up in Japan Pro Wrestling, so I don't know how it's going to work. Pop going to return. Hook going to join. So many theories going around about that. But with the trios, you got Gates of Agony with Ricochet teaming up. You got Top Flight. with AR Fox. You got um, you got so many great trios that you can do this with. You got the Rhodes with Dustin Rhodes, or the Von Erichs with Dustin Rhodes. That's what I was thinking of. Von Erichs and Dustin Rhodes. They're the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions. So you get these these factions or trios in AEW. You even got the Hurt Syndicate. You can do the Hurt Syndicate with MJF and Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. They can go for the trios titles, hold tag titles and trios titles. You got so many. Yeah, you did Paragon now that Adam Cole is out. Talk more about that later. But Adam Cole is out, so you got Paragon right now. But you do have you got some of the luchas that you utilize. There are so many great trios that you can choose from to go with the odds and even win. I think Ricochet and Gates and Agony would be great. You would get Juice Robinson back. We'll talk more about that later. Men's Casino Gauntlet with the young the Guns. I want to say Young Guns, but the Guns. So you get the Guns and Juice Robinson back. There's another trio. So you get all these trios that come together, and you could have a solid trios division. So after the ops with the Step Riders thing, they should move on. They should move on to face one of these teams. So hopefully we'll get to see that. I'd say the next one should be Gates of Agony and Ricochet for these trios titles. Maybe have a number one contenders with Juice Robinson and Guns now against Ricochet, Gates of Agony after their little battle there in the Men's Casino Gauntlet, which we're going to get into. So the Men's Casino Gauntlet, next in MJF and Mark Briscoe start this thing off. And over time, more came in. But yeah, a lot of great talentless match. Takeshita, Josh Alexander, Roderick Strong, Anthony Bowens, Brody King, Juice Robinson, Kota Ibushi, Luis Mortos, Max Caster, which his thing was funny. So much great talent. There's some returns that I was expecting. My prediction was Jack Perry's going to return. He's going to the whole thing. That obviously didn't happen. He returned all in all that. Hopefully Jack Perry returns because it would be great to see him come back. But this was a great match. You had Bandito in this match as well. You had Takeshita and Bandito tied up again after they had the Ring of Honor Championship match at Supercard of Honor the night before. So you had all these wrestlers come together for this Casino Gauntlet. And it was a great match. And towards the end, that's when MJF got the win, and which surprised me. And he won the Casino Gauntlet match and has a future World Championship match. So this is going to be interesting to see. We'll see when this championship match will take place. It'll be all out gear. We will see. Next, we got the fatal four-way for the TNT Championship. Now, this got changed last minute. We were walking around, me and my friends down at Download and all were walking around, and Speed said, "Hey, there's the TNT titles now a fatal four-way." What? He showed me. Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, Daniel Garcia, and Cal Fletcher. And I was like, "What's going on?" So he was saying some kind of injury to Adam Cole, and I was thinking, well, what kind of injury does he have? How's he injured again? So we were all talking about what was going on. Get to this, Adam Cole comes out and talks about, has this emotional promo talking about his, didn't really go into detail about the injury, but he was discussing that he had some recurring injuries in the back, and and the tears were there, the emotions. There's some people who were crying in the stands. And it was an emotional moment because who knows if this could be the injury that takes Adam Cole out and can't wrestle anymore, which I hope is not the case. And pray for a speedy recovery. Hopefully that we will have Adam Cole back in a professional wrestling ring again. Someone was telling me, that he was having the concussions issues. If that's the case, again, health is better and longevity and want to come back, Adam Cole needs to cover and come back stronger. Because I would love to see Adam Cole win the AEW World Championship. Praying for you, Adam Cole. Hope you're there. Pray for you, Adam Cole. And I'm glad to watch you. You got me in Ring of Honor, so many other independent promotions. I enjoyed his time in WWE and NXT with the Sweet Era. And I enjoyed his time, obviously, in AEW. So many great moments in AEW, and I love it. So, getting into this match, we had Fatal 4-Way, and due to the short notice and to the circumstances, I want to give a huge shout out and props to Tony Khan for putting together this great Fatal 4-Way match in the video promo to hype it up and putting the talent together. And a shout out to Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, basically pulling double duty. They were in the 8-man tag team match at the beginning of the show, and then now they're in this Fatal 4-Way match. I was really hoping for Sammy Guevara to win because I really want him to be the TNT champion again, and a 4-time TNT champion. He is now 3-time TNT champion. Gee, what's up? Shout out to Gee. Love you, brother. Thank you for joining. So, Sammy Guevara went. I was pulling for Sammy Guevara, but Dustin Rhodes winning, that's not bad. And I was like, man, this is awesome. It's funny, right before leading up to the finish, for my friend, told my friend that, what if Dustin Rhodes wins this thing? He basically like, nah, it's going to be Kyle Fletcher. I was like, yeah, probably so. And then all of a sudden, Dustin Rhodes wins the thing. And I was like, what? But it was awesome. It was awesome to see the Von Erichs and the Rhodes family in there. In the ring, celebrating Dustin, holding him up, and Dustin was emotional and crying, and it was so awesome to see Dustin Rhodes, the hometown son of Texas, win this. He kept stepping, got the TNT title, and I hope and pray one day we get Dustin Rhodes before he retires win the AEW World Championship. So I hope to see Dustin Rhodes win the AEW World title because he's not won a world title in his entire career. I'd like to see him win the AEW World Championship. This was a great Fatal 4-Way match. Great for all the guys coming together on short notice. Daniel Garcia, Kyle Fletcher, Sammy Guevara, and Dustin Rhodes. Shout out to y'all. And it was a great match on short notice, especially to Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara pulling double duty. It must have been hard and difficult, but they did it, and I was glad. So we'll see where this goes with Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara. If Sammy Guevara want that title more than anything, you turn on Dustin, we'll see. That's what I'm thinking. Some story going on. So what's up, Lee? You said you got a 12-hour drive. Goodness. Why were you driving 12 hours? I bet you were tired. I would be too. Man, I didn't even drive when I was a little tired on a 3-hour drive coming back home from Texas. Next, we got the tag team match, which was a phenomenal tag team match. Fantastic. Between the Young Bucks and Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay. And the entrances, especially I love both Will and Swerve. Young Bucks was cool. It was a little cool founding fathers moment with them coming on the ship and everything. That was cool. But Swerve Strickland having Bray Wyatt's wife JoJo come out and sing for his entrance. And they had fireflies in the back on the Titantron. And then you had everybody in the stands. They was doing the little firefly stands with the lights. It was just an awesome moment. And then you had Will Ospreay coming this Assassin's Creed entrance. I love the Assassin's Creed collaboration he does. And it'd just be awesome to put him as the main character in the video game. But Will Ospreay coming out with this, it would be awesome. It was an awesome entrance. Pyro everywhere. I mean, Tony Khan spent a fortune on pyro this weekend. But it was great. I love Will Ospreay's entrance. I did love Strickland's entrance. And Young Bucks was cool as well. But I love Swerve's and Will's overall. Those are two out of this one. But this was a great match with pretty much back and forth and great Some great wrestling going on in this match. So I enjoyed it. I picked and I predicted the Young Bucks to win. I did. But I was shocked that Swerve and Will won. Because I really thought that Young Bucks were going to win. And then Swerve and Will go on this long year battle to get back to the AEW World Championship. And someone even thought the theory of Swerve making a deal with the Bucks, turning on Will, turning heel, costing Hangman the match, and getting that lifted, and then Young Bucks helped him win the championship. So many theories going around this thing. Swerve and Will defeated the Young Bucks, and if you go on their on the AEW website on the roster, you can see them listed now as the EVP. So I thought that was great. I thought that was something cool to see. So let's see, it was a 5-hour drive. We went to a casino for 5 hours. Catch me later. Man, casino for 5 hours. Why are you in a casino for 5 hours? Glad you had fun though. Catch you later as well, Geek. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. But yes, this was a great match for the Young Bucks and Will and Swerve. Will and Swerve win, and as soon as Swerve and Will won, I told my friend, Hangman's winning, and Swerve's going to help him win. Swerve winning this match. And Swerve lost this match. Swerve and Will lost this match to Young Bucks. I could see Swerve turning heel and tossing him in the match. But since that didn't happen, I told my friend, I was like, Heyman's definitely winning that. They still thought John Moxley was going to win, and even Darby Allin would turn heel and join the Death Riders. But that didn't happen, thankfully. We'll get to more of that later. Now we have the women's casino gauntlet match, and start off with Chris Stanley, Megan Bayne, powerhouses, two powerhouses, and then we had Willow Nightingale's the third entrant. We had Tay Mello. Anna Jay also came out with Tay Mello. You know, Harley Cameron, that surprise return to shove Penelope Ford off the top rope. She got in the mix, helping out Megan Bayne. Tekla, Julia Hart, Queen Aminata. Sky Blue got in the mix with Julia Hart. Yeah, Mina Shirakawa, Athena, Thunder Rosa, and the debuting Sayuri. I think I said that name right. If I didn't, forgive me. But she debuted, and also the debuting of Alex Windsor. That's right. Will Ospreay's now fiance, and she came in, and it was a great debut for her. Great debut for Sayuri. And then you had Athena also enter this match, and it was a great women's casino gauntlet match, and I thought it was really great showing for all the women. It was great to see Harley Cameron come back, and as I predicted, Athena won the women's casino gauntlet match. I predicted that. I said she was going to win it, and I got it right. So that was a great match by all the women. Now you have the AEW World Tag Team title match. The three-way for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. You have Patriarchy with Nick Wayne and Chris Cage. Jet Speed with Kevin Knight, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Hurt Syndicate with Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley. And they were also accompanied by MVP and MJF. The entrance for Hurt Syndicate was pretty cool with the MVP. And I'm trying to remember the rapper's name, but they came out and did their theme. It was pretty cool. Love it when we have live themes performed by the artists. Thought that was great. Shout out to MVP, the Hurt Syndicates, the MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, and MJF's Hurt Syndicate's entrance was awesome. Loved it. So shout out to them. Jet Speed came out. Loved their green gears, the red, white, and blue. That was really cool. And then, of course, from Texas. And then you had Patriarchy, Christian Cage, and Nick Wayne. They also came out. It was a great tag team match. Really chaotic. It was going everywhere. But in the end, and of course, FTR also was on the came out their commentary, and that was announced before the match by Stokely on Titantron. And you had Lashley getting the mix with FTR, I thought FTR was going to cost Hurt Syndicate the AEW Tag Team titles. I really did. It didn't happen. Hurt Syndicate got the win and they retained. Now, you had Christian Cage. Christian Cage in there with Nick Wayne, the Patriarchy, and they're lined up against FTR Face Off. Nick Wayne betrayed Christian Cage and attacked him. And as they were trying to hit him in the middle of the ring, had a chair under his head, he had a famous chair, the head thing that Christian Cage and Adam Copeland, Edge did famously for years. As they were about to do it, I had a feeling Adam Copeland was going to return, and he did. I got it on video. It was cool. I had feelings. I got my phone going. I was like, it's coming out, and he did. I was going nuts. Love Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland is one of my favorite wrestlers. Love him as Edge at WWE. Love him in AEW. And he came out, and he helped fight off Nick Wayne, the Patriarchy, and FTR. Double spear on FTR, and that was awesome, hitting that double spear on FTR. Then he's looking at Christian Cage, the corner of the ring, has the bat with the nails in hand. Janice throws the bat aside, picks Christian Cage up, grabs the mic, and he tells Christian, go find yourself. Go find yourself. Because Christian Cage hasn't been himself lately. Excuse me. Again, still recovering from all that screaming I did this weekend. But Christian Cage will find himself, and we'll see Cope and Christian Cage reunite in AEW, and hopefully they have one good run with the AEW Tag Team titles, and then that's how they end it. That would be a great way to end their careers as AEW Tag Team champions. And them staying in AEW, being veterans in the locker room, helping out, that's going to be great because I love that Cope. I love that Cope's in AEW. He's getting to do all this stuff that he didn't. They're good to all this stuff. That he get to do WWE. He can even go have matches in New Japan. I would love to see that. And go have matches in New Japan. That'd be pretty cool. Have Cope go over there. But he's having fun in AEW. He's having fun with his best friend, Christian Cage. So it's great to see Cope. And hopefully Christian Cage will get back together soon. I bet it's going to be. Pretty sure it's going to set it up with FTR. But it might with Nick Wayne, and he get Luchasaurus. Excuse me. Luchasaurus back. And we got Cope and Christian Cage versus Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus, or FTR. We'll see, or maybe both of them. It'll be a three-way match again. We'll see. The tag team division is pretty good. I was hoping Jet Speed would win the Smash. I predicted Hurt Syndicate would win. I didn't feel they were going to lose the titles yet, but it was nice to see the Outrunners beat Hurt Syndicate for the AEW Tag Team titles. I would love to see the Outrunners defeat Hurt Syndicate for the AEW Tag Team titles. They should be the ones to do it because they're a red hot tag team right now. FTR and Outrunners have had great matches. It'll be great to see Outrunners win the AEW Tag Team titles. So that was a great three-way match. I enjoyed it. Well, now we got the Women's Championship match. Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm. I did not see Toni Storm winning this match. I did not. I know many others did not. There was a few that did, but I did not. I said there's only Mercedes Moné. She's going to collect another belt. And I just want to say this. Mercedes Moné is one of the greatest women's wrestlers right now going on right now. This belt collector thing is not, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the Mercedes Moné doing the belt collector thing. She is getting all these titles and getting recognition to all these promotions with Rev Pro. There's one other company, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but there's CMLL. There's, of course, the TBS Championship. She's getting recognition by these titles. She has no creative control. She does not. She doesn't have a contract with these promotions. She is contracted with AEW. She is signed with AEW. She goes to these other promotions to wrestle because Tony Khan allows it, because he allows all this for them to go and wrestle in other promotions, and it draws the attention to AEW as well. And I like that idea. And I like that he allows them to go do that and carry these titles over even on AEW, because AEW has this TV deal that gets it out there to everybody. They see these titles and what this is about, and then they go check these promotions out, and then they can go and see what these other promotions are about and go watch them. It's great. It's putting spotlight on that promotion, especially their women's division. Soon, Mercedes Moné will drop the belts. This match was great with Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm. The crowd was behind it. I got videos on it. Everybody was chanting Toni Storm, CEO, Toni Storm, Toni Storm. They were doing all of that. The crowd was great. They were into it. They were behind this match. Fantastic match. Toni Storm came out with the win. She defeated Mercedes Moné again, something I didn't see coming. Thought she was going to collect another belt, hold the titles for a while, lose one, and that starts her downfall. Maybe this starts her downfall. So now we're going to get Dina versus Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. Dina's the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. What if she wins AEW? She's the AEW and Ring of Honor. That would be awesome to see. Dina's great. It was great talent. So it was great to see her win this AEW Women's World Championship match and have the Ring of Honor and AEW Women's World Championship. This may still even set up Athena versus Mercedes Moné later down the road for the AEW Women's World title, but with Athena holding the title, I thought it was going to be the other way around with Mercedes, but Tony Khan threw a curveball. Now we got Toni Storm still the champion. Athena's got a match set up. I was like, well, again, maybe she'll even lose the Ring of Honor Women's Championship before then, or vacate the belt, drop it, and then this is what we have. Maybe this was going to happen. She doesn't lose the belt. She drops it, vacates it, and then Tony Khan throws a little tournament for it, and it's her way to get on the main roster. She comes for the Women's World title, wins it, and then we get Mercedes Moné versus Athena for the AEW Women's World Championship. That might happen. So many theories that can go behind this match, but that's my opinion. Toni Storm wins, retains the Women's Championship. I was in shock, as many others. A lot of people were happy, though. I was going from Mercedes Moné. That was my pick to win, but she didn't win. So glad I didn't place no bets on these. my prediction, I had a few right, but most of them were wrong. But I still had fun. It was a great show. Now we're going to the AEW Unified Championship match. Winner takes all. Okada versus Kenny Omega. And I know this wasn't the best match out of their 5. The other 4 were way better. But this match was still a good match, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match for where they're at in their career. Okay, they're not what they used to be. They're not as young as they used to be. So where they're at in their career, I thought this was a great way for them. I thought this was a great match for them. In the International Championship and Continental Championship, they're not being retired. They're not. They're going. Tony Khan even said it. He confirmed it. He said, I didn't even mention these titles being retired. People were just assuming that because I created this title. No, I created this title for this match with Omega and Okada. So with Omega and Okada, this title was made for it. So I would say, because when one of them loses the titles, they're not going to have this title. I would say create this as the AEW Worldwide Championship, and that's the secondary world title for AEW. And that can be on Collision. Dynamite can be at the AEW World Championship. Maybe this could be a good way to do a brand split. Maybe not a legitimate hard brand split, especially right away, but maybe we get to that. Because I think this would be great, and you can do the hashtag AEW Worldwide. Tony Khan, if you're listening, I don't even care for any payment or nothing. I don't care, but this just would be a great way to do this belt. Rename it from Unified title to AEW Worldwide title. Once Okada loses the Continental or International Championship, because he's going to lose one of them. This was a fantastic match, back and forth. I got to see the V Trigger live and in person. That was memorable to me. And I missed out on a lot of Kenny Omega. I rewatched a lot of his matches in New Japan, especially the 4 with Okada and the 2 out of 3 Falls match, which is still my favorite one. And I don't know how much Kenny Omega has left, but I'm glad I got to witness and watch Kenny Omega for the time I had. Kenny Omega is a phenomenal wrestler. To me, one of the greatest of all time. Kenny Omega is he's going to be in the Hall of Fame in many Hall of Fame, especially New Japan, AEW. He doesn't need to go to WWE at all. I've heard a lot of people, it'd be cool to see him get WWE, get a WrestleMania moment. He didn't even say he don't need a WrestleMania moment himself, I think. Or he said he didn't need to go to WWE. He loves AEW, he loves New Japan Pro Wrestling. He doesn't need to go to WWE. He can stay in AEW, retire in AEW, be the leader in AEW, locker room leader, veteran, and he's the EVP, so he can help out with creative and production and all that. Kenny Omega is amazing, and I'm glad I got to witness everything leading up to this point. I don't know what his future holds. I don't know how much longer he has left, but I want to enjoy every moment from here on out until he retires. But I got to watch a lot of old New Japan Pro Wrestling stuff. It's awesome. I love it, and I hope to see more Kenny Omega and to him have one last run with the AEW World Championship. I think that'd be cool, or even win the TNT title, something like that. But this match was a good match. I thought, again, for where they're at in their career, I thought this was really good. I didn't live up to the hype as their previous 4, but it still wasn't a terrible match. So I loved it because I love Kenny Omega. I was really hoping he'd win. He didn't. Okada won. So now we have Okada as the AEW Unified Champion with all 3 belts. And even Tony Khan stated himself that all these will have, that Okada or Omega would carry around all 3 belts. So we'll see Okada probably on Wednesday coming out with all 3 belts, which, by the way, you can catch me on Wednesday for the AEW Dynamite Watch Along. Again, All Elite Predictions title is on the line. I'm the champ. All you got to do is show up, make your predictions in the comments. One with the most wins wins the championship. You're the champion till the next AEW Watch Along, which after next week would be till the next Saturday, because my work schedule, it's every other weekend. But now we get to the main event. Texas Death Match. Jon Moxley versus Hangman Page for the AEW World Championship. The entrances were phenomenal. Hangman, especially him bringing back the old school entrance. I love it. The original theme. I'm glad it's back. It came out the babyface taunt. I love that AEW does the babyface and heel taunt. I love it. I do. And we'll get to a little more to that details later with that aspect. Well, this was a great match. Down the line, it was great from start to finish. I loved it. And, even with the blood and everything going on, I thought this match was honestly the best wrestling match the entire weekend. AEW All In, to me, was the best wrestling show the entire weekend. Honestly, the best wrestling show of the year. I'm not saying that AEW mark or anything like that. As you can see, I have a WWE Championship right there. I love WWE as well. I just did a WWE Saturday Night Main Event review. I did a WWE Evolution review with chair shots. I love WWE as well. I have nothing against WWE. I'm not this AEW tribalist or nothing. I just said AEW All in Texas was the best wrestling show of the year to me. Not just because I went, but because of the matches and stories with the matches. Not only the stories outside the ring, but inside the ring. And my friend made this comment as well. He enjoys the stories that are told in the ring. A lot of people enjoy the stories outside the ring. I enjoy both, inside and outside, because you can tell stories inside the ring, you can tell stories outside the ring. So that's what I love about the main event with Hangman Adam Page and Jon Moxley. The story not only outside the ring, what they told leading up, but also the story inside the ring. And the Texas Death Match, it's Hangman's match. This is Adam Page's match, Texas Death Match, and I enjoyed watching this live and in person. I was there, and first All In, second AEW show. I hope to go to more here in the future. We'll keep an eye out. Hopefully, more come in my area. But I love AEW All In Texas, and I love this main event. And it was awesome to see the returns. Will Ospreay came out. He was going to try to help. That got countered by Death Riders. Excuse me. And you had, once he went down, I leaned over to my friend. I was like, that's got to mean Darby Allin's coming back. Then we had this little, a few moments later, we had this little video promo come up on the Titan drum. And I was like, whoa, that's Mount Everest. That's Darby Allin. He's about to come out. So I get my phone ready. I'm about to film. I got it going. I'm like, where's he at? Where's he at? I'm looking at the Raptors. Okay, I'm looking at the Raptors. But I see somebody run in over the barricade. And then I saw him running, and I was like, there's Darby Allin. There he is. There's Darby. And I was like, wait a minute. And all of a sudden, he started doing this. Yes. And I was like, it's Bryan Danielson. So I started freaking out. Excuse me. And so once he did it, and he hit that little kick, he started fighting out of the ring. And I was like, what? Then later on, I didn't even see him up there at first, climbing. A friend saw him up there, and he's like, there's Darby. I was like, what? And I looked up. There's Darby. I was a little too late at catching him coming down the ring on my video. I caught him laying on the side apron. I was like, oh my gosh, Darby Allin, what a freaking entrance. Now, I love that he comes down from the Raptors. I do. And he came down and stared down John Moxley. And Hangman hits the buckshot lariat. The Darby Allin does the coffin drop with everybody else on the outside. And they have this big, it was a great Avengers-like moment. Okay. And you had Hangman get attacked later by the Young Bucks. And the Young Bucks come in and super kick, EVP kick. And then John Moxley, he hits him with the paradigm shift, the Death Rider on the bed of nails. And then you had John Moxley or Heyman get up for the 10 count. And throughout this match, just another little detail I want to point out. Heyman was the one mostly coming up from the 10-second count. And I love that because it was showing his determination and coming back for retribution. And it basically showed he kept getting knocked down, but he got back up. And that's, like I said, in storytelling, outside the ring, inside the ring. Outside the ring, this was leading up to his redemption from his time from losing the title 2 years ago to leading up to getting it back now. Heyman Adam Page, again, story inside and outside the ring. So you had, once you got up to 10-second count, John Moxley, go get the briefcase. The Marina Shafir, she goes to get the briefcase, but she gets handcuffed. And then out comes Prince Nana. And I was like, oh, that's Prince Nana. And then here comes Swerve. Swerve comes out. It's the Young Bucks with the chain. And all of a sudden he's walking up to the ring, staring down Hangman Adam Page. And I'm like, do not turn. Do the right thing. Do the right thing, Swerve. Do not turn on Hangman. Don't do it. So, Swerve then throws in the chain. I was like, yes. So Hangman, John Moxley goes over there, picks up Hangman, and the Hangman fights him off, and then he goes to hang him up. John counters, and then Hangman counters with the buckshot, and John lands on the nail beds, and then Hangman goes and he puts the chain around John's neck, hangs him outside of the ring on the apron. And then John Moxley taps out, and let me tell you, the crowd, like you heard on TV, or if you were there, it was like the roof blew off the place. Once that John Moxley tapped, it popped, the roof blew off. It was an amazing moment. I was screaming. I was like, you can go watch my reaction on YouTube and on TikTok. You can go watch it. I was over ecstatic. I was happy that Heyman Adam Page won the AEW World Championship. As you see, I got the picture with him. I even got the world title. I got the autograph poster there. I got him on my background, my phone. Heyman Adam Page is my guy, and he needs to hold this title for a little while. He doesn't need to hold. He doesn't have a short run. He needs to have this title at least until AEW Revolution next year, in my opinion. Defeat MJF. Defeat whoever else he puts the title on the line on. Lead it up to maybe MJF coming back and winning it again, challenging him again at Revolution and winning it this time, or Darby Allin. That's what I like. Or Swerve Strickland turn heel, and then he defeats him, and then that's where you can have Swerve and Will Ospreay at All In London or Wembley next year, if they're doing it in Wembley. I would imagine so, but I would love for them to come back to Texas. Tony Khan, if you hear me, please come back to All In. Please come back to Texas. Bring All In back to Texas, because the crowd showed out, and I think he could sell more tickets and fill this place up. All In Texas was a great moment, and I would love to do it all over again. The whole weekend, GCW wrestling was amazing. All In Texas was amazing. I had a great time, even before the show, after the show, at StarCast, meeting all wrestlers. I got to meet Speedball after the show. Kevin Knight, even got to talk to Kevin Knight about New Japan Pro Wrestling. That was freaking amazing. I got to, meet and talk with Powerhouse Hobbs. It was just amazing to see the wrestlers come out in the lobby and just talk and conversate with fans and pictures. Some didn't, but hey, it was still cool to be experienced and to watch. And I hope when they come, hopefully Dynamite or Collision comes back near my area, I'm going. Love AEW. I enjoy AEW. As you can see, got the banner right here with Sickos right here. You get a shout out to Monica Likes AEW on X. I'm a Blue Sky, my AEW photos on Instagram. She was handing these out. I got one. I enjoyed this weekend, not only for the show that I watched, the wrestling, 7 hours of wrestling I watched on Saturday, but also interacting again with all the other podcasts and content creators that I've met in this community online. It was so great to see everyone in person. It was so great to meet new friends and new followers. And it was just a great weekend. I enjoyed it. I love it. And I can't wait to do it all over again. Can't wait to go to AEW Dynamite or Collision Show. And I just can't wait. AEW All In experience was a fun experience, and I enjoyed it. So that's my review of everything. Again, you can go with my TikTok, X, all that. You can see all the highlights I shared. It's fun. Like and subscribe. My goal is by the end of the year to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. 1,000. I'm at 114 right now. So if you watch this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, get me in the algorithm, help me get up there, because I want to continue sharing my love of professional wrestling. It's not just AEW, it's WWE, it's WWE, it's TNA, it's New Japan. I just love professional wrestling. Professional wrestling is my favorite. One of my favorite things. I love more sports. I do love football. I do love basketball and baseball. I just love professional wrestling. So, like I said, if you can, just get me out there. Like, subscribe. Go follow my X account. Go follow my TikTok. Go follow my Instagram, Thread, and Blue Sky. And just get out there. And just get come follow and join the wrestling lover community, because this is what I am. Wrestling lover community. I love pro wrestling. I don't care about tribalism. I don't care about, oh, this company's better than that company. I don't care about ratings, tickets. I don't care about all that. I just watch it because I enjoy it. I don't care to hear podcasts talk negative about or hate on pro wrestling. I can understand criticism in a respectful way. I can understand criticism. There's things I can criticize. Um, there's things I can criticize about AEW, WWE, TNA. I can focus on that, or I can focus what I can enjoy in the show and enjoy what I got out of the show and have fun watching the show, whether it's there in person or here at home watching on television. I just love professional wrestling, and I just want to spread more positivity and more love in the community, and not hate and criticism and just constantly talk down on the show, whether it's WWE or AEW, whoever. I just want to keep spreading the love and positivity in the wrestling community, and share, again, a respectful criticism on things, but nothing that, oh, this sucks, that's garbage. I hope this company goes out of business. I hope this company dies, and blah, blah, blah. I don't want that. I want respect, a respectful type of criticism, and not just this constant hate. This is bad, that's bad, this is horrible, this is garbage. I'm a fan, and I love it. I love professional wrestling. I'm a fan. And I just hear some podcasts out there, and they're just constantly criticizing, just find something to nitpick and criticize about. And I'm not about that. I'm just about loving professional wrestling, sharing my love of professional wrestling. That's why I started the Wrestling Lover community. That's why I started Aaron Loves Wrestling, because I just love professional wrestling. So if you can, again, like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, get me in the algorithm, and just keep sharing this podcast, because, again, positive, all about positive love, sharing the love about professional wrestling. If you have something to criticize, I can accept that. I'll listen. We'll debate about it. That's fine. But what I don't like is just the constant hate and all that. That's me. So you just subscribe to me, follow me. We'll have a great time. We'll debate. We'll talk. We might have a disagreement. We can respectfully disagree, though, and that's what I'm about. I go to block you. Not going to kick you out of the chat or nothing like that. I'm just going to love. We're just going to have a respectful debate and share our love for pro wrestling. That's all we're going to do. So that's all I got to say. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for liking and subscribing. Thank you for following on my X and my TikTok and everything else. Thank you for getting me to where I'm at now, because without y'all, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Again, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment what you thought about AEW, what you thought about the show. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. Of course, be respectful. And then also, you can go on my TikTok, my X, and you can see all the moments I've shared, and some on YouTube. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And just remember, everyone, love pro wrestling. Have a good one, y'all.
Acknowledge me.